Hi there folks, it's Jonathan Denwood here from WP-Tonic, and in this video I'm going to be talking about how you sell courses on your website. I'll be back in a few moments, folks. We're coming back, and like I was saying, I'm going to be talking about how do you sell courses on your website. Now, there's two ways to go here. You already got a website or you're planning to build a website. In this video, I'm going to mostly talk about if you've got an existing website. And what you've got to decide are you going to build it on WordPress, or are you going to use a SaaS, a cloud-based platform to build your website on? Now, there's basically four main players, and it depends if you're into e-commerce. But if you include there's four main players. There's WordPress, that kind of has between 43 to 45% of the market of all websites. There's Squarespace, which has about 2%, and I think Wix is between 2 and 3%. And there's Shopify, which I think is around between 3 and 6. Shopify is an e-commerce cloud-based website building platform. Squarespace and Wix have e-commerce embedded in them. You can do e-commerce and you can do membership websites. If you're specifically looking at membership websites, there's about 2 to 3 additional players, website builder platforms. The leading one is Teachable. But a lot of people, if you're not going to be looking at WordPress, I would look at either Squarespace or Wix. I would try both. They have similarities, but they do have quite considerable differences, and you can only tell which one suits you by trying them out. And if you're only got one course with a couple of like 3 or 4 lessons, and you've got no ambitions to build a membership business or to really go deep into building various lessons, it's going to be a very mini and a very minor part of your website. These solutions are totally fine, and Teachable the same. But in fairness, if you just want to do that on WordPress, it's totally capable of doing that. Now, if you've got ambitions to actually build for this to become a serious business for you, that you're going to build a few courses and quite a few lessons, and the whole focus of the business is going to be around what I call e-learning. I feel you've really got, you have got some cloud-based platforms. I think the leading one is Kajabi, and you could also look at Teachable. There are people that run whole websites on Teachable, but I think it's got some limitations on that. But that's my opinion. And I personally, if you're really serious about it, I think you should look at WordPress. And yes, I'm biased, but the main reason why I'm saying that is ownership. Obviously, with a WordPress website, you need a hosting provider. You need some kind of support. But if you ever need to move away from that hosting provider, or you need to find another support company, or you need to find another designer or a developer, whatever it is, you are not so walled in as if you would be with one of these cloud-based providers like Kajabi or Teachable. Now, let's move on. Let's say that we've decided that we are going to utilize WordPress. Now, one of the great strengths, but also one of the weaknesses of WordPress is that you've got a lot of choices in the WordPress ecosystem. If you're thinking of buying or setting up a membership website on WordPress, you have got a lot of choices, and that's good. But that also means you can spend a hell of a lot of time and energy looking at all the different offerings that are offered on the WordPress ecosystem to help you build a membership or e-learning business on WordPress. You really can, and you can do a big dive, and or you can do less of a dive and maybe choose the wrong solution or a slightly outdated solution, or a solution that doesn't give you the flexibility to move to some other solution that appears, or there's some key functionality that your original choice doesn't allow you to do, so you have to chuck it and rebuild your website again on WordPress. What this video is about is really to give you some insight that you don't make those type of mistakes, because they can waste a lot of time, a lot of energy, and a lot of money. So what are the key choices on WordPress you got to know? I think number one is, are you going to use a membership plugin, or are you going to utilize a learning management system plugin on WordPress? The two kind of cover the same things. I personally think the two main players in the learning management area, Lifter LMS and LearnDash, both now have the ability to, by just utilizing them on their own, you can take payments for your membership, for your courses. For quite a while, when it came to LearnDash, you couldn't do that. You had to utilize an external membership plugin to enable you to restrict access to the course content and also take payment. You don't. That is not the case now, and I really got to be honest. If you really aren't going to utilize a learning management system on WordPress, I think you'd probably be better off and you aren't a real strong DIY type, or it's only one course. It's only ever going to be one course with like 6 to 12 lessons. I think you'd probably be better off looking at Squarespace and Wix, to be honest. I've got to be honest about that. Or maybe look at Learnable. But I would probably go to Squarespace or Wix if that's what I want to do. Now, if you're looking to build a real membership website, a real online business, I wouldn't look at membership plugins on WordPress. There's an enormous choice. One of the leaders is MemberPress, which is a great plugin, and there's some others that are really great. But if it was me and I'm serious about this, I would be looking at Lifter LMS or LearnDash. Why are one of the reasons? Well, with Lifter, the core plugin is free, and by spending $240 extra, you can then sell your courses through Stripe and PayPal. And for only $120, you can just sell people through Stripe and don't bother with PayPal. Or the opposite, you can pay $120 and only sell your courses through PayPal. I personally would choose the Stripe Lifter LMS add-on. And like I say, with the core product, with just the add-on, the Stripe add-on for $120, you can build a great WordPress website. The other choice is what page builder you're going to utilize. this is, I think there's two choices myself. There's either Native Gutenberg, which is the page builder that's inbuilt into WordPress. It's evolving you need some additional add-ons. Some of them are free and it makes it totally workable. I personally myself would go with Elementor at the present moment. Elementor provides, it's a page builder add-on. They provide a free product or a paid one. That's, I think it's around 50 to 90 bucks a year. But you can do a ton of stuff with just the free Elementor. So if you go paid Elementor Pro and the Stripe add-on from Lifter LMS for about 240 bucks, you can build something pretty nice, right? And then you got your hosting on top. That's how I would go about it if I was doing it. There are some provisos. If you want to future-proof it and you also want to sell additional physical products or other digital products that are outside the scope of a course, it's ebooks is a good example. If you want to sell some ebooks as a bump up, you're selling them the course and then you want to sell them, give them the possibility of buying an ebook, or there's some physical materials that they can buy. There's a lot of choices. To do that, you really need to bolt on WooCommerce. The problem with WooCommerce, then you want to be able to sell the membership and the books and all the other extras in one unified shopping area, shopping cart. And out the box, WooCommerce is more focused at the traditional e-commerce. But with additional there's two additional add-ons. There's cart flows and there's launch flows. Both of these add-on plugins enable you to build really stylish one-page checkout pages, and you can still sell bumps and down sells. You can do all the snazzy things that you're looking for, and they're not particularly but you don't, by using Lifter or LearnDash, you don't have to build that out straight away, because it's really easy to add that functionality onto your website at some later stage. Also, if you want, both enable you to export all the courses and the website, you can move it to another hosting provider, blah, blah. But the transferring all the course data outside and then importing it into something else is available on LearnDash and Lifter LMS through JSON files. You find with these cloud-based platforms like Kajabi, Teachable, there's about half a dozen out there or more, but there's half a dozen which I consider true leaders. You find that they don't provide any way of exporting the data. That's the last thing they want you to do. So the only way is either you or some other person has to manually copy all the images, lessons, and put them into another platform. And if you've got a large membership website with a large number of courses and lessons, that is a big task. And that's why they do it, because that means you're kind of trapped on their platform. And if that's not a great business model, in my opinion, for you, might be good for the cloud-based platform, but not good for you. If you're looking at WordPress and your membership, your courses, your lessons grow quite rapidly, you're not entrapped. Hopefully you found this video informative. Please give me some feedback. Do think about subscribing to the channel. It really does help. And give me a thumbs up and clicking the notification bell, that YouTube will then tell you when I've made my next video. That would be great. I'll see you later, folks. Bye.